Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do your second half of February bi-weekly readings. This is for February 15th to February 29th. It's a leap year, guys. So this is for Taurus Sun, Taurus Moon, and Taurus Rising signs. You have access to your monthly reading now, Taurus. It's quite involved. This is going to be a little bit shorter of a reading, similar to the first 2 weeks of the month for you. So we're going to look at 6 cards today, and of course we're going to look at our medicine cards for an extra message for you. So what does Taurus need to know for the last 2 weeks of February? All right, we had these two guys jump out. We are dealing here with a 10 of Pentacles and a 2 of Wands. So something regarding a legacy, the direction of a legacy, the direction of a family, parental, grandparent situation that could come up in your reading as well. Let's see what we have here for you, Taurus. All right, guys. So as always, I will look at the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the last 2 weeks of the month for you. And as always, I will lift the cards directly up to the camera and look at them with you one by one. Starting out with a lot of strong air energy here. You do have an opportunity. Wow, look at all these swords. You are kind of within the head a lot. Yeah, there's a nice opportunity for peace at the end of the month. So bottom of the deck energy for you here, guys, is the 9 of Wands. This is wounded soldier energy. There's a lot of work feeling like is being done here. There's a lot of, I would say, sort of feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Not that you can't follow through with something, but feeling like something is a lot of work, could be drudgery here, feeling like, you know, when will this be over type thing. So this is what's underneath the last 2 weeks of the month for you. It could feel a little bit like drudgery, but let's get into why. The card representing the situation for you, Taurus, is the 10 of Swords. Now, we know this is overkill, right? We do have 2 10s here for you. I do think that an ending and beginning, we have the 10 beginning the reading here today, and then a 10 finishing it. So yeah, endings and beginnings, an overhaul, a turnover could be very significant for you in the last 2 weeks of the month. But certainly when we see this representing the situation for you, we know that there is something that kind of, you know, beyond broke your heart, something that is definitely taking its toll, right? And definitely within the mind, you could be suffering silently here, which is very unfair to yourself. It might be a nice time for you to reach out for some assistance, some mental health perhaps. But yeah, the 10 of Swords is technically overkill. It could be feeling like, or you could be thinking as though you've been stabbed in the back, or that you've been denied something. It sits atop another air or swords energy here. We'll get to that in just one moment, but it's no mistake that it's sitting above a what do I do? I don't know what to do. I can't do something about this. You could feel quite stymied, but again, it's less of it's a thought process, and you could either this could be in the background or the back of your mind. I don't know if you're fully aware of this or willing or capable of coming to terms with this. So it could be a lesson for you at the last 2 weeks of the month here, Taurus, to maybe come to terms with what's really on your mind. There are a lot of communication cards here. Like I said, there's a few swords cards. Communication could be extremely important to you for the last 2 weeks of the month as well. We have our Libra ruled Queen of Swords here as the reason. This is technically considered the divorce queen. This is someone who's very logical, very intelligent. But like the King of Swords, there is sort of a price for that, right? There's almost like, there's a coldness there. It's not very warm. We do have it in sort of mirroring or atop the card representing you. So this could be a little bit of a conflict with this person or an air sign, or if you could have a Libra in your chart, or you could be dealing with a Libra individual, or really any air sign, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. But again, something having to do with communication, perhaps conflict here, something having to do with legacy. We have another legacy card here, some wealth, money, investment issues here. This could be a legal matter for you as well. There could be legalities involved, and the divvying up of assets, or wondering how how to implement value systems, values themselves, possessions. Very interesting to see Venus-ruled cards here as well, though something having to do very likely with beauty and truth is quite possible for you at the for the last 2 weeks of the month, guys. In your recent past as the Magician, I feel like you are aware that you have a lot of resources at your disposal. However, what has been at play or what has been, say, attempted hasn't panned out in a way that is completely fulfilling. I do think there is an opportunity for that, however, because and we'll see in a moment, we have the 10 of Cups here, the Magician sits atop of it. I do think that there is emotional wealth that is very, very possible here. It could have to do with trying to understand or make some sort of concession for the situation that's either communicated at this time, or by virtue of nothing being communicated. There could be a standoff, there could be a standstill, there could be just a very strict division between stances. Again, we have this really warm king, we have this somewhat cold queen here. We got to remember as well, there is this sort of take it easy, kind of relax kind of energy here. And then there is a get going, we have to be honest about everything energy here. So these could be conflicting just by virtue of personality styles. I don't think there's one's right or wrong necessarily. There just could be that these personalities or energies really have to find the good in the other. Or acceptance could be a major key here, like accepting people exactly as they are. In the position representing the present is I don't know what to do about this, right? Like I can't fix this, I can't move in this direction, I can't help myself, I can't think my way out of this, etc. You know, the Eight of Swords is really sort of self-imposed limitations. I understand it is sitting right under the Ten of Swords, so again, there is this sense, at least, or this thought or belief that all is lost, something could have been taken from you. I find it hard not to include truth as a major component of this reading. However, I do think either you or someone around you is unable to appreciate a situation, a belief system, a situation, an environment, a concept. There could be a major issue of understanding, and that could just be the major component here. Like I said, this could be an ongoing issue for you as well. So here is our really pleasant, warm King of Pentacles, and this is the immediate future for you for the last 2 weeks of the month, guys. So yeah, I mean, assets, possessions, the speaking voice, being willing to have an open communication or dialogue with this person who you could consider maybe cold or isolated, troubling. Again, this is the frame of mind of this card. It's not the actual intention or position of the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords will cut her losses in pursuit of truth. So there's really nothing. It could feel as though it's personal, but there's really nothing wrong with that. So there's nothing wrong with telling the truth. So again, there could be an issue here of you either energetically or as a person or someone around you not being able to deal with the truth, or having a difficult time coming to terms with the truth, or a sense of logic, or you know, just a very abrupt communication style, and that could be uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean that it's untrue, right? So here is your advice card. A lot of love is necessary. A lot of love is possible. This is really feeling like family, community love, community support. There is a lot of self-love, self-respect, understanding, compassion. You can tell he's just like this really super chubby, happy Buddha here. And this is how it will make you feel. Like this, the intention of this card's energy is really all about this. It's fulfillment. It's emotional fulfillment. So, and it does sit right beneath the Magician. So I'm going to suggest here, Taurus, that you allow yourself this situation to come to fruition, either coming to terms with something, saying, you know, I'm going to see something through. I'm going to try to understand this other person. I'm going to get out of my own way. I'm going to accept what's right in front of me, what's evidential. You know, she's not that too far away from the king, which is speaking about like legal contracts or actual justice system, a judge, a lawyer, that type of thing. So, you know, if this person is in your life, or if this energy is in your life, they're not there to trip you up. They're there to be honest. And it could upset a status quo or a way of life. That's all. And coming to terms with that is really just a lesson that you may need to come to terms with by the end of the month here, guys. Mountain Lion. So we do have leadership here. You can promote healing. You can promote understanding and compassion by being a leader, accepting people at their word, understanding where people are coming from, being willing to have difficult dialogue, or being willing to approach a mental health situation in a loving way. Look for resources, attend to facts and evidence at this time, and show some leadership in your own well-being and health, Taurus. I really hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you'll join me in my next videos for your sign, guys. Take excellent care. Bye for now.